Hello and welcome everybody to another Murders at Karlov Manor draft. Ladder reset has happened and we are currently sitting at Diamond Tier 2. I was hoping I can get to Mythic for this video, but as you know, over the past weekend, we had a nice, busy and eventful weekend. Got a little cash money in our pockets, so needed to take a little time off, but the grind continues. We're going to try to hit Mythic. Before I click this ready button, though, I do want to know if you wanted to support this channel in other ways. I did launch my Patreon channel. Shout out to all the patrons. There's a bunch of perks. Check it out. Link in the description below. But, as always, something sweet. Something nice. Oh! Wait a second. I've never had to make this pick before. Smuggler's Copter versus Cryptic Coat? Why do you do this to me? Okay. Makeshift Binding Perimeter Enforcer, whatever. Those are good cards too. But it's clearly Cryptic Coat and Smuggler's Copter. I think the correct choice is Smuggler's Copter. And here's why. It's completely colorless. It's going to go in every deck I play, and it's going to be great in every deck that I play. Looting is very strong, collecting evidence, etc. Cryptic Coat is phenomenal. Cryptic Coat is absolutely phenomenal. But if I don't know what colors I'm going to be, I'm going to take this Copter. Now, we have to be mindful that we pass this coat. So the person to our left, 1,000% in blue. 1,000% in blue. But I want to try this too. You know why? I haven't played with Copter much. I didn't even play it that much when it was legal in Standard. I was just busy watching other people like Donald Smith and Oliver too win with Smuggler's Copter. But now, it's my turn. It's my chance. Okay. Okay, hold on. I gotta relax here. Novice Inspector, Flourishing Bloomkin, and Galvanize are all options. I actually prioritized, I think Galvanize is the worst of those three cards. So, is it Novice Inspector or Flourishing Bloomkin? Novice Inspector goes better with the Copter. You know, normally, I would actually take the Bloomkin, because I do like the Bloomkin a lot in kind of the go wide, in kind of the controlling green strategies. But with Smuggler's Copter, being able to go turn 1 Novice Inspector, turn 2 Copter, potentially on the draw to have something to block with and also attack with seems incredible. And I think the power level is pretty close between Novice Inspector and Bloomkin. And in general, if you don't want to draft a wide aggro decks, you can certainly take the Bloomkin out of that pack. I think it's close. And honestly, if this was any other normal video and I didn't take the Copter, and let's say I took the Cryptic Coat, I would probably, if I took the Cryptic Coat, I would probably take the Flourishing Bloomkin there just because it leads to sweeter decks. And kind of we're at that point in the format now where I think you want to see sweet decks in general. But look, this is a Smuggler's Copter deck, okay? We're drafting a Smuggler's Copter deck. I'm taking Dogwalker here. It makes tokens, good with the Copter, crew of 1, loot, etc. Other considerations would be Frantic Scapegoat. I mean, come on, Dogwalker is like a mythic common. Let's just take it and move on. And we found our lane. It's nice and easy. I mean, to be fair, we don't necessarily need to be red-white specifically. We could still be base white because Dogwalker is double white to flip over. But I'm going to take this Market Watch Phantom still because it's a white card. We're looking to beat down. We have a Copter. We got the Novice Inspector and the Dogwalker. Things are looking pretty good here. Other cards to consider are Slice from the Shadows, Topiary Panther, and the Gadget Technician. But let's hope that white's open. That is another Dogwalker. Wow. This is a great pack. You know how sometimes you have a pack when you're just like, wow, not a single playable common. But this pack has the Eavesdropper, Red Herring, Out Cold, Crowd Control Warden, all solid playable cards. And Evidence Examiner is a phenomenal card in any Simic or 4 or 5 color green deck. This card just does a lot of work, especially if you're in blue-green. You just have a lot of cards that investigate, cards like Bite Down on Crime and V2 Ghazi Inspector, which are very happy playing in all your green decks. But of course, for us, we're taking the Dogwalker. Although, you know, when I see a pack like this, I think to myself, what is the person passing to me playing? Black? Black something? We'll see. But like I mentioned before, I have a strong preference to be red-white if possible. But if that's not the case, then we'll look at the other options. This pack is fairly weak overall. I don't really want to take the orangutan, although in best of 3, should pick these up. I'm not a big fan of the mask maker. I think I'm just going to take escape tunnel here, as it potentially opens the door for multiple colors. There's a Runebrand Juggler, but I mean, I know for sure that I'm going to be white, so I don't think I want to play a deck with Novice Inspector plus the Runebrand Juggler. Here, there is a no more lies if I want it to be blue-white, if blue was pretty clearly open. I'm not sure that it was. I'm just going to take a Vengeful Tracker as an aggressive 2-drop to play my deck. Okay, this pack is a bit of a blink. I guess I'll take the Braggart just in case I don't have enough top end to play. If it turns out that I'm fighting a bunch of people for the red-white colors, then every now and then you just have to play some filler cards. Here, I love Felonious Rage. I like it a lot more than I like Concealed Weapon. You know, just all the equipment in general. This, because of the nature of this format and how tempo-oriented it is, taking the time to spend mana to equip your creatures while not adding to the board is kind of not what you want to be doing. Oh, and here I'm happy with the Haas the Vigilante. That's a much better 5-drop than the Rubble Belt Braggart. And I'm not a big fan of Convenient Target in general. I think it's just okay. But, oh, and the Frantic Scapegoat tabled. I'm actually really happy about this. Wow, this is going really, really... Oh, and Innocent Bystander. I mean, maybe we don't have to play it just because we have so many playables. But this is a great, great start here. Look at this. We have, I mean, even if you count Dogwalker as a 2-drop as well, we have 5 2s and 2 1s after pack 1. That's wild. We have a couple of Dogwalkers too, so we'd really like to pick up a Fuss Bother or an On the Job. But in this pack here, because we're already so great on 1s and 2s, and because this is a premium removal spell, we're going to slam Makeshift Binding out of this pack and hope to maybe table the Seasoned Consultant here. Yeah, but this pack is going really well. Look, I'm actually just going to... I mean, we got, what, 10 playables after pack 1? I think that Innocent Bystander probably just won't be good enough. All right, Mythic Common number 2, Novice Inspector, come on down. These 1-drops phenomenal with Smuggler's Copter. I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. Maybe we can table the Chases On. Probably won't table the Granite Witness. And we got a Krenko! Oh, man! We can crack the clues from the Novice Inspector to pump the Krenko. I mean, we do have a Goblin here in the Bystander, but I mean, look, even if you just ignore everything else and it's just a 3-mana, 3/3 haste, that's also very good, especially in this format where everybody's looking to play 3-mana 2/2s. The person we're passing to, by the way, 1,000,000% in blue. Probably blue-green, to be honest. Right? Cryptic Code, Evidence Examiner. So we're just going to get all the red-white cards in this pack. Our neighbor is definitely not red or white. Here we pick up a Galvanize. Greenbelt Radical is a phenomenal card as well. We're not in those colors. And we already have the 1 Vigilante, so really happy picking up Galvanize here. And yeah, we're going to just keep taking premium 2-drops. I do like the Chases On. We have a couple of spells here. The thing is, though, in red-white, you still have access to a lot of combat tricks. Chases On, Felonious Rage, Auspicious Arrival, On the Job, and you can only fit so many of those in your deck, whereas a 2-mana 2/2 flyer, I'll play as many of those as I can get my hands on. And now we take Person of Interest. We have no 4-drops. This is the best red common if you're playing a red-white deck. It's better than Shock, better than Galvanize, because you're trying to go wide. So very, very happy picking up a 6-pick Person of Interest for our deck. You know, this deck is looking even better than that deck that we won the 2K with. I mean, we have a Smuggler's Copter and a Krenko. That deck didn't have rares. It's like the same deck, except I get a Copter and a Krenko. All right, another Person of Interest. Really happy about that. Now we'll pick up an Offender at Large. I mean, these are all cards I'm very happy playing. Right now, I mean, maybe I cut the Vigilante, but I have 17 cards after pack 2 that I'm happy playing. All right. It's about time that we get a whiff of a pack. So we got, what, 3 1s? Oh, and we got the Combat Trick on the wheel. I will definitely be interested in playing that as well. I mean, this last pack can actually be pretty bad, and our deck would still be pretty great. I've never had a deck that with 19 playables going into pack 3, outside of Cube Draft. Okay, we'll take Shady Informant here. My question is, do I play Escape Tunnel? Do you play Escape Tunnel in just a 2-color deck? Another braggart here. Wow. That's a wild pack. This is actually crazy. I don't actually know what the right pick is. I don't actually think it's Incinerator of the Guilty, too. I have a bunch of 2s. I have a lot of ways to go wide. Call me crazy. I think it's actually Case of the Gateway Express here. We have double Person of Interest, double Dogwalker. We are on the lookout for some kind of removal. We have lots of 2s already. We're going to get more. So while the Detective is a premium 2, don't get me wrong, it is a premium 2. This is also incredible. We only had Galvanize and Makeshift Binding as removal, and this pumps our team, and we don't have a team pump effect. That was a really interesting pick, and I know I'm going to have a lot of strong opinions in the comments. Let me know what you would have taken in that pack. Incinerator of the Guilty, Case of the Gateway Express, or Reckless Detective. I love Reckless Detective, and in most instances, I take that. But here, I feel like I have enough cheap plays that are maybe a little bit worse, whereas a card like Case of the Gateway Express is a little more unique. And I feel like a 6-drop is not really what I want in my deck, right? I don't really think I need a 6-drop here, which is why that was the pick that I went with. And now, I mean, I'm picking up Dogwalker number 3, which makes the Case of the Gateway Express even better. So I'm absolutely loving this deck. And here we'll pick up, don't need any of these creatures. That's Elite Course to kill, but I'm going to pick up an On the Job. Yep, this is a phenomenal On the Job deck. Really happy about that. And maybe we cut the Vigilante here. I don't even know. Here's our Galvanize. This deck is so bonkers. Let's take Galvanize out of this pack. Oh, let's just take another Galvanize out of this pack. Oh my gosh. Actually, is it better than Crowd Control Warden? Huh. I think so. But it's a real question. That's a nice 5-drop too. Oh my gosh. Maybe I cut this or this. We have 3 Galvanizes. Holy cow. This might be the best Boros deck I've ever drafted. Case of the Gateway Express On the Job with triple Person of Interest, triple Dogwalker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things to play 1 and 2. I mean, with 3 Dogwalkers, it's not. Oh my gosh, the Detective tabled. I almost first picked this card out of that pack. Holy cow. We just tabled the Reckless Attack. I don't need the Dragon. I want to curve out. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, this is our deck. It's completely bonkers. I'm hoping that I would set the line at 5.5 for this deck. I would set it at 5.5. We have triple Dogwalker, triple Person of Interest, Krenko, Smuggler's Copter. We tabled Reckless Detective. We have double Novice Inspector, triple Galvanize. Oh, this just has it all. Red was extremely, extremely open. Wow. I just got to figure out what I need to cut. All right, let's take a look here. Case of the Gateway. Okay, Offender at Large goes here. Wow, look at this deck. It's amazing. Is it the Meddling Youths? I feel like I'm going to draw a lot of cards with that card, and it is our top-end threat. This is actually a pretty tricky deck to build, because there's some number of Felonious Rages, Chases on. Probably not the Vigilante, but... And I think I do want 17 lands here. I have Smuggler's Copter and Reckless Detective to filter out some lands I might draw later. I believe the Meddling Youths is better than Vigilante. Especially when we're playing triple Person of Interest. This is just going to draw you a bunch of cards. And I do like having a trick. All right, I think I like Felonious Rage a little bit less than Chase is on. We can probably cut like Offender at Large and, oh, definitely Innocent Bystander. And then I think I can probably 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I feel like I just want the one extra trick in the Chases on. And another nice thing about Chases on is that it generates a clue, because that allows you to synergize a little bit better with Krenko. And on top of that, we have triple galvanize. So the chase is on also works well because if you crack the clue, anything that makes a clue, you can sack to make the galvanize deal up to 5 damage. Still need one more cut here. I think I like the frantic scapegoat more than the vengeful tracker. So because I have, because if you even count these as 2s, I think the worst 2 that I have, it's between red herring and vengeful tracker. And I like the red herring a little more because it's an artifact. So I don't think I've ever cut vengeful tracker in my red-white aggro deck. But here we are. Let's do it. Let us do it. I am excited about this deck. Okay. What is this hand? Triple galvanize 4 lands? Nah. Look, that's not what my deck's trying to do. That is such a weird opening sample hand, right? All right, let's bottom the 5-drop. This hand looks... Ooh, V2 Ghazi Inspector. It's actually very good against our board here. I'm going to play the Phantom. I'd still rather not play out the Dogwalker. I'd rather just be able to make a bunch of tokens, especially because we have On the Job. Ho, 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 there it is! Smuggler's Copter. Now, we missed the land drop, so this isn't the most exciting hand, but hey, that's a 3/3 flyer that gets in the way of the V2 Ghazi Inspector. It would have been so much cooler if we played that on turn 2. All right, they went this way. They're taking a turn off. So hopefully we can... we have 2 draws at a land here that allows us to play Dogwalker, which is good. Yeah, let's crew. Didn't we show... Oh, we drew it again. All right, if we don't draw a land here, that's like super duper unlucky, I'm just going to say. All right, we didn't draw land. We can confirm super duper unluck. What do I do? I can galvanize the V2 Ghazi Inspector, and that allows me to play a creature next turn and attack with a bunch of flyers. So let's just do that. Okay, that's a Nervous Gardener. Why does it look like that? Okay. I'm only doing that because I have Makeshift Binding as an extra removal spell. They just played a land, but next turn, if we don't draw land, we can play Dogwalker face down. That would grow the Market Watch Phantom. This looks like it could be a Fairy Snoop with the way that they tapped. Now, if we don't draw land, what do we do? Oh, never mind. Dramatic Accusation. Okay. They're getting in. And, oh, man. Such is life. This is what happens. You draft an awesome deck. You draft an awesome deck, and you just... The deck just decides to go, you know what? Not today. You're not winning this one. Sorry, Chief. Oh, man. That's really disappointing. We looted twice! We looted twice and we couldn't find a land! What is this? If I 0-3 with this, I'm just going to question everything in my life. What did they do? Did they give me a clue? They're going to take their land back. Okay. All right, so we drew a land at least, which is great. I almost want to kill the Falcon to keep the clue. But I feel like I need to save the Makeshift Binding for something bigger. Yep. Okay, and then let's crew. Because I'm happy trading the red herring here too, if we need to. Let's draw a card, and let's pitch the Market Watch Phantom, just because I have the person of interest. Oh, of course, okay. I mean, we still have a chance. We have the ability to still go pretty wide here. Okay, so this is saying that they have potentially out-cold. If they play a large creature this turn, we can still makeshift binding. We're at 12. Okay. Okay, you know, look. We have a nice Boros deck, but we're not going to beat a Zoni, right? We're not going to beat a Zoni. It's fine. I mean, I guess I'll trade with the 2 spiders. We're trying our best. We're trying our best. The Copter has done a lot of work, but there's only so much you can do when you don't hit all your lands. Another eliminate the impossible. Okay. Yeah. I mean, this would have been a far more competitive game if we could curve out. They have a lot of nice tricks, but we would just have a lot more pressure on the board. Instead, they got to just live all the dreams with Coveted Falcon and yeah, we're probably just gonna die. I'll go ahead and play Person of Interest. I don't really want to attack right now. Then we'll pass. They have a removal spell as well. Out cold. All right, they got me. Okay. You know, not the ideal start with this deck, but I believe. That's just RNG. RNG. All right, Novice Inspector, Smuggler's Copter. Okay, that escape tunnel not being kind to us. I'm just going to assume that it's the mountain. I mean, we have to keep this. Well, you know, I will say this. I'm happy we're playing 17 lands. That's all I'm going to say. Could play a Dog Walker. Nah, I wouldn't be able to live with myself. I feel like if you have the option to do anything that's not Dog Walker, you do it. You know, deck? Not cool. Not cool at all. I don't think I try to draw a card. I just feel like I need to... If I can play a permanent, I should play a permanent, is kind of where I'm at. Next turn, if I don't draw... I mean, I can still just play Dog Walker, right? Okay, so we drew a land. We'll attack for 2 in the air. And I'm actually interested in cracking this clue and leaving up Galvanize here as well. This is like kind of one of those turns where they might be able to attack for a good amount. And if they play a creature to give the Market Watch Phantom flying, it's not a bad time to also just kill the Phantom. So I think for that reason, I like just having the flexibility here. I guess if they attack with the face down card, it's kind of awkward. because I can't actually galvanize that. But I could have Auspicious Arrival. So that's another thing that they have to consider. Okay, Nervous Gardener. I imagine they're just going to play a face-down creature and attack. Or Inside Source, sure. Super Flying. That Nervous Gardener is not a good attack. Okay. Let's kill the flyer. I could draw a card, but I just wanted to keep the board relatively stable here. And then we can just give our Market Watch Phantom Wings here. Attack. If we draw a land next turn, we can go Market Watch Phantom plus Dogwalker, which is very good. Okay. They're representing some kind of a combat trick or removal spell here, so we just won't block. Now, if we draw a land this turn, we can also just attack, send with everything, and use on the job. See what they do. This is only 14 damage. So if they choose not to block at all, that's also fine. Because we can just flip over Dogwalker, attack for a bunch, and then next turn still on the job for 1,000,000. And I don't think we're going to die. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So yeah, they can attack me for 11. So if they attack me with everything, I do need to be mindful of on the job. But we're at 14 life. So, feeling pretty decent. Sumala Sentry. They can also crack this clue for another 1/1. The thing is, though, just in general, I just have a really great attack with on the job. All right. What is our approach this turn? They have a bunch of mana up. I mean, it's just one. We can only just really do one thing here. Like, the thing is, they know that we have on the job. And we know that we have on the job. And we just have to play accordingly. So that's going to kill both of those. Okay, my Dogwalker's going to live from that block. They're going to die if they still don't block my creatures. They need to block 2 more creatures here. Okay, so that's going to trade. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They need to block 1 more creature. Okay. Oh, that's horrible for them. Okay. So this leaves us with 2 Novice Inspectors and the Market Watch Phantom, which is still great. And they have no board. Oh, and the dog. Okay. And we have the Chases on here, just to get in for the last few points of damage. We also have Crack a Clue Galvanize to kill a big creature if they choose to play one. Okay, that doesn't get it done. That, however, is very good. Okay. Is that lethal? No, it's not. Let's crack this clue. Wow, that's really good. Before, I was considering Galvanize, kill the Consultant. If I Galvanize the Consultant, attack for 3, they go to 4. Right? And then if they play a blocker, I can still kill them with the unblocked creature. Okay. And if something goes really wrong, we can just Dogwalker and go wide again. Glint Weaver would be very annoying. How's the Vigilante is okay. So the thing here is for 4 mana, I don't think there's a thing that they can do. For 2 mana, oh, they have the exile target attacking creature, I suppose. Okay, they don't have it. Just trying to play around it. The thing is, with the Dog Walker, I can just make 2 tokens. Yeah, they're looking for an answer here. I can just make 2 tokens and kill them that way instead. So the only thing that really gets them out of this is like a Wrath effect, maybe a life gain effect. But yeah, never mind. I don't know what they have in hand. And we got there. Lots and lots of tokens, plus on the job, getting it done. Getting it done. Okay, we're on the board. We're on the board, fortunately. Whew. Can you imagine starting this draft 0-2 with this particular deck? All right. Great opening hand here. Novice Inspector. We got 4 lands, which isn't great, but we have Market Watch Phantom, Person of Interest. So happy enough with that. Hey, we got to sneak in a point of damage, which is great. Blood Spatter analysis. Okay. It's pretty good. And we drew a land here, so we don't have a 3-drop, which is a little bit unfortunate. They did not attack me. I'm going to just crack this clue now. They're keeping this back, so they're kind of on the I'm going to block. Oh, no. Oh, man. We kept the land with hand with 4 lands, and we drew 3 lands in a row. So we are on 7 lands and 3 spells after just cracking the clue with the Novice Inspector. That's not ideal. We need to start drawing some action. Frantic Scapegoat, not quite the action-packed card I want off the top. Reckless Detective would be nice. Meddling Youths would be good. Smuggler's Copter is interesting. We don't have a great attack here, so I'm just going to play the Copter. They're just like, wait a second, that card's legal? I guess it doesn't really hurt to play the Scapegoat as well, right? Copter's so nice with the triple Galvanize too. But we got to be a little bit careful. They pass with 4 mana up, which does tell me that they have some kind of a removal spell. And then they get to start adding counters to the Blood Spatter analysis. Probably killing the Person of Interest, maybe. I don't know. But nothing from us. Certainly, they're not going to leave mana on the table here. Oh. So if they pass again, it tells me that they have Murder, most likely. Maybe a Slice from the Shadows. Huh. Interesting. The thing is, I don't really want to trade Person of Interest for this, so I think we just play the waiting game here. I probably didn't need to play that land. I'm not going to give this just suspect. I'll wait on it. Like, this is a 3-1, so it trades with the Ally Assailant anyways. And we're not attacking when they have all that mana up. I mean, look at this. They just literally did nothing for 2 turns. Okay, we'll turn this face up. Now we can attack with the Copter. Decline. Blood Splatter goes off. I would like to find a Galvanize for this Ally Assailant. I guess it's just another Dog Walker. The thing is, can we just... I mean, we have such a big board now, maybe it's correct to just attack with everything. Let's play this face down. Let's crew. So if we attack with everything, what happens? It can't be that bad. I guess they can eat like a dog and a 2/2 and take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I think we're okay with that. The next turn we can go flip Dog Walker. Does this come into play tapped? It does. Okay. So flipping this over. Nope. So I'm wondering, from this spot, do we attack? Let's say if we go Person of Interest and attack with everything, what happens? The Smuggler's Copter gets blocked by the Lamplight Phoenix, Dog Walker gets blocked by the Mask Maker, and the Alley Assailant would probably eat the Novice Inspector. They would take 6. Decline. We'll suspect that. I'm going to wait a turn. We'll get in next turn. Okay. That's their play. Okay. Face down card. Okay. Oh, they want to drain me? All right. Yeah, we need to push the action here. So let's go ahead and crew. I'm gonna hold full control, see if we loot something away. A removal spell would be okay. It's okay, it's just 10 lands. We got this. It's gonna be a lot closer though. Yeah, we were really looking for like a single piece of interaction of some sort. That would have been amazing. For example, anywhere, Galvanize, the Chase is on, Case of the Gateway Express, any number of those cards. All right. Well, they're at 3, and we have lots of menace creatures in play. So hopefully this gets it done. Oh, but remember, they can flip this up and drain me for 3. So that puts them effectively at 6 life. But it costs 6 mana to flip up. So they only have 2 mana to cast something. If their plan was to flip up the Alley Assailant. So let's just break it down here. All right. Yeah. Do what you got to do. I don't know. Okay, I guess they don't want to get Lightning Helixed. They can block these 3 creatures. And then they take 6 and they die. Unless they have a removal spell. Right? So we're just going to hope they don't have a removal spell. Or we draw something. Okay, so that was great. That was fantastic. Let's go to our main. Let's just go ahead and kill an Alley Assailant. Okay, they're dead. They all have menace. Yep. All right. That was a really interesting game. Really interesting game. Kind of another reason why I value removal a little bit lower than other sets is there's just so many creatures that make extra permanents or other creatures. So 1-for-1 removal, it's nice to get tempo. So like I look at removal as kind of a tempo play, but if you're trying to play it in a controlling shell, you really need to have a great go over the top win condition to justify playing a deck with like all removal. All right, we got Novice Inspector turn 1, Galvanize turn 2. And then Dogwalker turn 3 into Person of Interest. I'll take it. All premium commons. Extract a confession on my Novice Inspector. I'll take it. Could have played out a Dogwalker, but I think I'd rather just be able to make tokens here. Let's just crack this clue instead. Still have something to do with our mana. Now, if they obviously kill my dog walker, it's still unfortunate, but it is what it is. I do think it's still the play. Just the way that my mana works out here. The Reckless Detective costs 2. I could have played that as well, but I prefer this. Because next turn, if they don't do anything, I can just cast Reckless Detective and flip up my my face down card. Now, and then if they kill this, then I can just go Person of Interest into Meddling Youths, which is also pretty good. So they kept up 4 mana. That's interesting. It makes me want to play Person of Interest less, and it makes me want to play the Reckless Detective. That's interesting because they could have Out Cold. What could this be? I mean, is it okay if they Out Cold me here? Yeah, maybe we just turn this face up and just have a Vigilance creature. Okay. Okay. The only thing I was concerned about was Reasonable Doubt. But we actually have a really nice situation. I mean, they're probably going to play something big, but we have Reckless Detective plus Galvanize. So we can actually use that to kill the Snoop if we wanted. Sir Conrad the Grim, what do you do? Okay, I see. Let's see. So I definitely want to use Galvanize this turn. So I can also play the Frantic Scapegoat, but I have a lot of other cards I can play too. I mean, alternatively, I can just play like... What does this do again? When it doesn't even do that much. Maybe I just want to keep adding to my board. Because I don't have a second good follow-up after Galvanize. I could play Meddling Youths and pass. Or I can just play... You know what? I'm just going to play... Because I want to be able to draw at least one card off of this. I'll just do this. Decline. Yeah, we'll give that Menace. You know what? Actually, I could have done it on the Meddling Youths. Maybe I should have... Yeah, I should have probably done it on the Meddling Youths. We have lots of creatures, but 1/4, our only weakness. Interesting. They just pass with a bunch of mana up. Out Cold, maybe? Feels like it could be Out Cold. Oh, it's Lost in the Maze. Holy cow. That's a lot of creatures lost in mazes. All right, no attacks. All right, let's go with Person of Interest. I want to keep this as kind of a surprise card, because with this board, they might be incentivized to attack with Sir Conrad, and then we can just, like, attack with the Meddling Youths and then draw a card, or rather, investigate. Dang, that Lost in the Maze. All right. So they hit... This is what, like, this card just doesn't seem that great. Like, they paid 6 mana for Galvanize. Sure. All right. They might attack with Sir Conrad and just keep stuff back. Wow. They're playing, like, super conservatively. I mean, now seems like a time where I'm supposed to attack with the at least play the Meddling Youths and see what happens. I don't want to trade it with the Conrad, and my other attacks aren't especially good. Unless I'm willing to throw away a creature. No, I'm just going to play Meddling Youths and pass. I want to keep the land in my hand. I don't think I'm going to need to Galvanize here. So what I'd rather do is discard my planes to the Reckless Detective and then use Galvanize to kill Sir Conrad. Looks like they have an Extract a Confession here. No, it's a Surveillance Monitor. Sure. All right. So large board. Mistway Spy. Okay. They are doing everything. Okay. All right. So the problem here is the problem here is that the surveillance monitor can eat something. Actually, a lot of things can get eaten. Let's see. Let's attack with our menace creatures, the meddling youths. The question is, do I want to attack with this reckless detective? I'm trying to find... I discarded the land because I just want to find more action. Sadly, I was unable to find it. Yeah, this is not great because the surveillance monitor blocks my reckless detective. Alternatively, they can block in a way to kill my meddling youths. And this could be a situation where I save my... escape tunnel to try to get in for more damage. I mean, they're at 11. I guess I don't have another way to loot right now. So I'm just going to play out my land. But I could definitely see a point here where I'm going to need to use the escape tunnel. Oh, that's extremely good. Oh, man. They get a 1/1 here as well. Oh. Okay. Yeah, that evidence examiner was a huge play, and they found something else. So, a lot to fight through here. This is why I played the chases on, just to have as an extra combat trick. We're able to go wide, but on the job or case of the Gateway Express here would be phenomenal. The thing is, they're never attacking me. I just don't have great attacks myself. All right, we're playing the waiting game here. Their top decks are definitely maybe better than ours. I mean, they're playing a Sultai deck, so probably. But they have 6 blockers. They kept the card on top too, so this is another creature that they're probably going to play, or a removal spell. Chalk Outline, interesting. Okay, so they have 6 blockers. We drew Smuggler's Copter. That's interesting. I just feel like these attacks are not going to go well for me, because like the 2/2 can go here. This 2/2 also gets blocked here. This 2/2 maybe trades. But they're at 11. You know what? Let's try to sneak in as much damage as we can. And we have escape tunnel. And we just drew on the job. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Well, I guess now we just win. Oh man, what a draw. What a draw. So the whole thought process here, like I said before, was to just try to clear the board as much as we can. And then kill them with perhaps an escape tunnel on a 2/2. And then like get through with some of our menace creatures as well. But now we can just kill them. So that's better. Wow. I think we kill them. Yeah. All right. Before they were able to go off with the chalk outline. They had a nice chalk outline setup. All right, winning in 4. Diamond 1. We are sitting at 4-1? 3-1? Just 3-1? These games have taken a while. Okay, 3-1. Opponent goes first. Our hand is incredible. 2 plains and a mountain with a novice inspector, copter, makeshift binding, and Krenko. I keep. Escape tunnel from the opposition. What are you fetching? Island, okay. Oh, and a galvanized too. But yeah, we got 1 drop here into Copter, into Krenko. They have blue and red mana, and they played a turn 2 red herring. Okay, it's a little bit of a race situation. I think it's actually correct to just try to eat the red herring here. And if they do, they spend their turn to like galvanize my Smuggler's Copter. And then I can just like, whatever, jam a Krenko and attack. I mean, they were going to get this with the galvanize probably anyways. They cracked, yep, that's exactly what we wanted. This is amazing. They had to crack their red herring. Smuggler's Copter for the win! All right. Krenko. Attack? What do I discard? My hand is too insane. I think it's makeshift binding. Because galvanize basically kills anything, right? With the Smuggler's Copter and the clues. So this is a cheaper removal spell. Yeah. That's ridiculous. Okay. What's the best line here? Killing the Cracker seems good. Oh, you know what? It's probably just this. It's very aggressive. It's very aggressive, but I think it's face-up Dogwalker. Probably just discard whatever it is we draw. Ooh, that's interesting. Yeah. You know, they're going to go down to 7. I think I prefer the red herring plus galvanize. I think it just gives me more outs to just kill them faster. Oh, no. Okay. All right, they had a sweeper. Well, that completely changes it. That completely changes the equation. However, if we draw, yeah, now I would rather have the person of interest. But hey, this is still very good. This might still actually be better. All right. Hit you for 5. Loot. Ooh. That's interesting. What can they do next turn? Out cold, maybe? I mean, can they beat Escape Tunnel on Red Herring? They need to find life gain, right? Yep, okay. Yeah, no, this is great because I have a flyer. I have a flyer and I can give Red Herring unblockable. Whoo! They had hide and play side too. You know, those are some really interesting loots, right? Those are some interesting loots. Like, I was almost every time I went for the less value play and went for the tempo play, right? I kept the hasty fish over person of interest. When in 4 mana, with 4 mana, you're kind of interested in that. I discarded Galvanize instead of the Tunnel because they went down to 2. But I think those were all the correct plays. So we actually got into a situation there. I mean, they had the best possible, right? They played hide in plain sight to put 2 creatures in play, and they had Galvanize for my Smuggler's Copter. So that escape tunnel was huge. 4-1, Diamond 1. This is an interesting hand. We kind of need to hope for it to develop. It's 4 lands. We do have a turn 1 scapegoat. If we just draw any creature, here, Case of the Gateway Express gets turned on. So hopefully we can do that in the next 2 turns. Smuggler's Copter would be great. Please and thank you. Okay, it's a Galvanize. Huh. No 2-drop there. We drew a Galvanize. Kind of wanted to keep the Galvanize here just in case they play a creature that I might want to kill. Don't know what that creature could be. I mean, they could go Swamp Homicide Detective or whatever. Or Gleaming Gear Drake. Okay. That one I'm not so interested in killing. And we failed to find a land in... I guess it was just 2 draw steps. I can't complain that much. Maybe it was a mulligan. I mean, it was Frantic Scapegoat plus 2 spells. And we really needed the hand to develop. So they really needed to find a land drop there. All right. Do I galvanize this? Probably not. All right, creature. Oh, perfect creature. Whew. That saved us. All right, so we have a pair of 2/2 menace creatures now, which is great. Let's see what they do. Basically, the thing I don't want them to do is kill one of my creatures because I have Case of the Gateway Express. What the? I did not expect that. Okay. I mean, I think this is a pretty straightforward kill everything kind of turn. Where I go Case on the Strider. Galvanize on your 2/2. And attack with everything and flip the Case. And the Herring has to attack, which is great for us. And then we also have On the Job available. And 2 of our creatures have Menace. So that's 3, 6, that's 10 damage. So like I said, Red Herring has to attack. This is staying back there. They have 2 blue up. They could have a bounce spell. They could have Unauthorized Exit, I guess. But I'm just going to go ahead and use Makeshift Binding on the Phoenix. They can't Reasonable Doubt this either. They can fizzle it by bouncing their Lamplight Phoenix, but I'm okay with that. And beat downs! That Person of Interest was very clutch. Very, very clutch. We needed basically Person of Interest or Dog Walker in that spot to be in a good position, and the Person of Interest was incredible. All right, 5-1! I did set the line at 5.5, so we're close. Very close. Yeah, this is a snap keep. Turn 1 Scapegoat into Reckless. Ooh. I don't really know what I'm supposed to do with the Scapegoat. Like, do you keep this as the menace creature, or... Like, Reckless Detective is pretty hard to block, as is. So I'd rather just have a 1/1 menace creature here. And they're more incentivized to want to kill the Reckless Detective here anyways. Let's discard Plains. Really would have preferred a creature here over anything. I have Makeshift Binding or some of these other cards. I'm going to use the Makeshift Binding just because it's a better use of my mana. I feel like Galvanize in this spot will basically kill whatever it is that I need. So I just want to use the more expensive removal spell to kill a premium creature. There's a Forensic Researcher. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and Galvanize it. Well, now it gets interesting. I guess I can wait. I can hold full control. Attack with... Actually, I should have played the Plains. Okay, we drew another land. Actually, if they want to block, they can block and we can finish it off with Case. And if they don't block, do we Galvanize? That's the more interesting question. Because we were unable to find another thing to do this turn, sadly. What happens if they play like a Cold Case Cracker? That's kind of annoying. Yeah, I don't want them to ramp though. Let's just kill it. This is an instance though where I did make the case for, why did I play the mountain? I made the, wow, that was horrible. Yeah, I should have played the plains. That is really bad. Because if I draw a spell next turn, and I have On the Job in my deck, like, oh, that was gross. Ooh, they cracked a clue, though. That's good for us. That's good if they miss a land drop and don't kill my Reckless Detective. If they kill my Reckless Detective, we have basically nothing. We need a Dog Walker off the top or Person of Interest. Red Herring. Is this a second main phase or a main phase Red Herring? Oh, they don't want to... I guess it's not a good block. Do I have another haste creature? Oh, I do! What a draw. I can trigger... I can stack these in the right way as well. Let's suspect that one. Attack. Let's investigate first. Oh, this is amazing. Okay. Maybe once again. I mean, they would have killed my Reckless Detective, I feel, if they had the opportunity. It's probably greedy to just, like, give the suspect as well. Maybe not. Maybe not. Anyways, they're just dead here. They have to attack. They have to attack. We can go Novice Inspector, Case of the Gateway Express on the Offender at Large. Actually, it's better to play Dog Walker face down. I mean, it doesn't matter what I do. There we go. And attack. Let's do the thing we did before. Sack an artifact. Bam. Okay. 6-1. 1 win away from the trophy. We're getting very close to Mythic as well. Boros serving us well. Boros serving us well. Smuggler's Copter serving us well. It's funny, I asked the boys over at Limited Resources, I was like, hey, I have an interesting pick. It's like, Copter or Cryptic Coat? That's an interesting one, right? And I think ultimately, like, it was close, but I think ultimately we all landed on the Copter. Now, if you're blue, that's also interesting. Like, what do you go with? But if anything, like I said, we don't get to play with Copter much. Magic is also about having fun. And it's not like I took a bad card, right? I took a good card, and if it was close, take the good card you haven't played with before, right? We playing for funsies. All right, decent draw here. No interaction so far, but turn 2 Phantom. They oh, geez, never mind. They played a turn 3 Wojak Investigator. All right. How dare my opponent also play good rares? How dare they? They were also on the play, so it's a lot easier for them to try to flip this over. Or not flip it over, but get them a clue. We have some ways to kill it. Galvanize doesn't do a great job of killing it. A combat trick would work. That is a Galvanize. Huh. I don't have any ways to draw cards. I could kill the Eavesdropper. I mean, the Eavesdropper is also kind of annoying. It's just, yeah. So, like, maybe I galvanize the Eavesdropper and just pass. I have plenty more galvanizes where that came from. A really nice draw would be Case of the Gateway Express, because here we're going to flip up the Dog Walker ender. This thing has Vigilance too, which makes it so hard to attack into. But we can flip over to Dog Walker. The Chase is on would also work. Okay, that is a good sign. That means they don't just have lands and big things to play. I mean, they can, of course, play a face-down creature here. I can safely attack with Meddling Youths, which is good. If they play a face-down creature. I don't think I want to lose the rest of my board, though, to make a clue. Yeah. So let's turn this face up. And yeah, so we don't have a great attack with any of these cards down here, unless I wanted to draw a card, but I don't want to right now. So we're just going to go Meddling Youths, attack. They don't have any blocks here, so they take 4. And we're kind of, it's kind of interesting, right? But we're kind of in a spot now where we do need to draw one of our key spells. This is where, I guess, if we had like Felonious Rage or something, that would be better than Galvanize. Huh. Do I just get them to flip this over? Probably not. So that could be a Crowd Control Warden or a Crocodile. Okay, Nervous Gardener. So they wouldn't have minded any kind of trade from that spot. I don't know about that attack, though. This feels like an out cold. Yep. The attack makes a lot more sense. All right, we're going to still keep taking hits from this Wojak Investigator. They use the out cold, which is a nice tempo play. I can still go pretty wide. And then at some point I can attack. Once my Meddling Youths get unlocked, I can attack, crack the clue that I make, and then use Galvanize to finish off the Investigator. Or I can just draw On the Job or Case of the Gateway Express. You know that first pick from pack 3? Case of the Gateway Express? Could draw that card. I mean, their hand is all action. Remember, they cracked the clue main phase at some point. So they're going to just start playing a bunch of creatures that are much bigger than ours. So we need one of those go wide spells. And that's why those on the job type effects are so important in this type of matchup. Whatever. Wow. That gets in for 3, 4, 5 damage. I feel like they have another trick, and then it's not going to be great for us. So we'll let this happen. Could be a bite down on crime. Okay, well now I'm going to go for it. I mean, they could have another trick, but like... All right, we got them by letting the Fanatical Strength happen. That was really nice. Because we let the Fanatical Strength happen, they thought we didn't have the Galvanize, so they went with the bite down on crime. All right, well, next turn we get a big attack in. But they still have 4 cards in hand. They had a bunch of these pump spells. Yeah, we need to... Big turn. Case of the Locked Hothouse is also solved. And they went this... Okay. Okay. All right. This is, I mean, the biggest turn right here. We might still lose, but this is it right here. On the job, Case of the Gateway Express. Let's go. Come on. Removal spell for the Investigator. Person of Interest. That does not interest me at all. Let's full control. We're still attacking with everything here. We're cracking this clue before they get to block. If we draw Galvanize, that's phenomenal. Case of the Gateway Express. Hey, that's still good. I mean, it would have been better had I played it before I attacked, because they would have been at 2. But this is going to flip. We're going to use it here to kill the Wojak Investigator. It's going to take 7 trillion damage, more or less. And we're going to have a ginormous board here with the Person of Interest. So they're at 5. Case flips. I mean, unless they find a sweeper off the top or a gigantic lifelink creature, we have so much damage coming in. I mean, look at our board. 23 damage, 23 power. All right, Case of the Locked Hothouse. How good are you? Aurelia's Vindicator would be good. Not even sure that would be enough. They have 7, 11 mana. They could remove 4 things. Okay, it's enough. It's enough. They've got a sweet deck. Ooh, that's a good sign. That's less mana for them to work with. I'm surprised they kept up all their... Thought they would tap 2 forests here. Oh, yes! And that is the trophy! That is another trophy. Let's do it! Diamond 1, 7-1 with an amazing, amazing red-white deck. Amazing. I mean, probably the best one that I've drafted. Because honestly, it's like a lot of the cards are similar to what you would expect in a red-white deck, right? But triple galvanize, makeshift binding on the job, which is incredible, with triple person of interest, triple dog walker, Cranko, and of course, Smuggler's Copter, and us tabling that Reckless Detective. Tabling the Reckless Detective. So 3 1-drops as well. Case of the Gateway Express is also just absurd in this deck. So I thought this deck was everything you want out of a Boros deck. And like I said, because of the rares, probably one of the best Boros decks that I've had. And yeah, everything was fairly smooth outside of that first game. So 7-1, another trophy. Not too much to say. This is a Boros deck, but we first picked Smuggler's Copter and rode it to victory. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Feel free to hit the like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you wanted to support more my content in other ways, I did open up my Patreon channel. Link is in the description below. I'll see you tomorrow.